so cute. Okay. So this episode is the purpose before partnership. Okay. So the first question, we both aren't gonna answer. It's not like an interrogation thing. Is it possible? Because it sometimes it feels like it's a interrogation, but no, it's not. Is it possible that some women delay purpose because deep down they're waiting to be chosen? I say yes.
I think so.
I think so too. I
I
feel like
think
a lot
so.
of women um crave the, I guess, want or the attention of wanting to be chosen. And it's like sometimes if they don't, it like that's like the only thing that's on their mind. I guess like they're male centered. And I
Mhm.
think at some point we all kind of get male centered. Because I was at one point too when I was young. Because I was,
Mhm.
yes, by 25, I need to have a kid and I need to have this and I need to have that.
Mhm.
Was like
Mhm.
I put more attention into that. But had I had just said, you know what, Michelle, focus on your school, focus on which I was doing. I
Mhm.
passed everything, but had I had been more focused on that, I think I would have been in a different situation than I'm in right now.
I definitely can ditto on that note. Like, I could say the same pretty much about myself. Like, I was, without a dad growing up.
Mm,
So I kind of felt like more so not just yearning the love of a father
mm-hmm.
or a father figure.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of like I was looking for something.
Right.
And I kind of felt like, all right, boom, maybe I'll get me a good man, start a family. This is how life is going to play out, and then it'll
Uh-huh.
just roll into having a supportive man on my side, and I'll be able to accomplish everything else later on,
Right.
because I have someone there with me.
Right.
But that's not how it turned out.
Uh-huh.
And I often tell myself, like, had I had not been so eager
Mm-hmm.
to look for love when
That's
literally in the wrong places,
right.
um, I wouldn't be in a lot of the positions that I'm in or that I've been through, shall I say.
Right.
And I do think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely do think about that, but it's it's not too late.
No, it's not. I think at every time situations like the ones that we've all been in come to
Hmm.
us, I think it's just a matter of us just taking the lessons from it and making sure that we just don't do it again. However many lessons that is up to you. Because individually you're gonna have to learn, you're gonna have to come to the understanding. But
Right.
I think that at some point we all just get tired of the same shit over and over again. That we then say, you know what? I want something different for myself, and we look for something different.
Right.
So,
Right.
I'm spitting Bible because gotta add some Bible into this because we talking about purpose. Um, in Matthew 6:33 it says, "Seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all things will be given to you as well." So, have you ever pursued love harder than your purpose? Like at any
I've,
given moment?
oh yeah.
I
Oh
do too.
yeah. I definitely have. I
Yeah.
definitely have, and I've always led with that first,
Mm.
rather than leading with trust in Him. And I always thought I could do it on my own.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had the answers to every solution, but reality, I did not.
Right.
And I think now in this era of my life, I've realized that I don't need the love.
Right.
I have the love, with these two boys, but it's more so now I'm so grounded with making sure that I keep them in church
Hmm.
and I stay under, his umbrella because that is my guidance
Right.
right now for my life.
Right. No, that's true. I definitely did too. I feel like I did it twice. I did it like I really was focused on it way too much when I was
Hmm.
25. And I was in my on and off relationship with my 5-year relationship. I thought
Hmm.
like that was gonna be it. And then when things turned for the worse, and he well, I don't know. Was I 25? Maybe I was younger than that. I don't even know. But I just know he was away and then he came back and it was just like a whole lot of just nonsense that happened. And
Mhm.
if y'all hear my godson in the back, don't he's entertaining himself. This poor thing. But I think it's just um I did it with him, thinking that it was gonna last, thinking that he was gonna be the one. And then I also did it I think 4 or 5 years ago. I don't even know how long it's been that me and the other one um
Mhm.
broke up. But I think I did it with him too, because I was like, okay, someone who wants the same things as me. But I didn't focus and pay attention to the red flags that were right there in front of my face that I could have avoided, that I could have just not wasted my time with. But because it was, oh, I want the same things as you. We want to get
Mhm.
married and we want to have kids. And like within 2 years, it was like, no. I was
Mhm.
so focused on that than focused on had I had put my time into getting my lash business up, had I put my
Mhm.
time into all right, go back to school at that time to really
Right.
focus
Right.
on changing your career or whatever the case is, I would have done that had I had, I guess, better understanding or like a if I put my purpose before my partner.
Mhm.
So, what does it look like to truly seek God before seeking a partner? And when I put this question, I was like, girl, I don't even know myself. I really have to think about it. Like, what does that mean?
What was the say the question again?
What does it look like to truly seek God before seeking a partner?
I believe it looks like you just putting all of you into his hands and allowing him to lead you because no matter what,
Right,
he'll never steer you wrong.
right.
We pray on what we want and we pray on what it is that we expect of him to
Uh
do.
huh.
And we just have to start believing that it's going to happen. No matter if it happens, right then and there, it may happen another week, another year, another month. It's going to eventually happen. But we have to, I feel like our faith has to be strong enough to stand in the times where we feel like, all right, now, God, I'm trying to put my trust in you, but I kind of feel like, why are you taking so long?
Right.
And I know we often, everyone, it happens to all of us,
Uh huh.
no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to really stand firm. Like, he's going to work it out. He's going to send you your person. He has someone designed for all of us, but we have to let him do his work and stop
Right.
trying to do it ourselves.
Right.
This is why a lot of people are falling short.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely believe that too. I think, and this is not just for the ladies. I think, gentlemen too, you could also listen to this. I feel like it is also for the men to hear
Hmm.
that. I think when you just put, like you said, when you put your trust in God and you just put, when you read the Bible, first of all, when y'all start reading the
Correct.
Bible
Yes.
and y'all really get
Yes.
into what it is he's saying and what he's telling you to do, to like surrender all your plans. Like you think you have
Hmm.
everything in order, and then you want to make God laugh, you gonna tell him your plans, and he gonna look at you like, yeah, okay. Because I guarantee you,
Exactly.
nothing has happened the way that we planned it to go because God
That's
already knew
right.
this was gonna happen. So it's the same when it
Hmm.
comes to a partner. And I think too, when he gives you, God also disrupts what he doesn't put together. So if he
That's
didn't
right.
want it to happen, you gonna go through all this chaos. You gonna go through all this heartache. You gonna go through all this nonstop bickering that you can't
Hmm.
seem to get away from, and
I
the
agree.
toxicity that still comes every time. And it's like, bro, like what is it? Like, why can we not get along? What is it that we're missing? When in all
Hmm.
actuality, it's like you're not missing anything. That's just not the person that God aligned you with. So I think
Correct.
paying attention to what God is saying when it comes to your partner and the person that is aligning with you, you're gonna know. Because you're gonna start pushing people off like, I'm good. You're not it. You're not the person I
Right.
want to be with.
Hmm.
So you're gonna feel it. But why do we sometimes assume that? the future automatically means a partner? Is it because like we've idolized a marriage and we've idolized a union so much that sometimes maybe our future don't even involve a partner? Like, do we just?
Uh, I believe and to some extent, absolutely, I do believe that we have this vision and expectation, shall I say, of what our parents expect of us. And
Yeah,
I think a lot of the time is, oh well, my mom and dad are married, and my mom and dad have been married for X amount of years, or my grandparents, X, Y, and Z, and this is what life is supposed to be like.
yeah,
But there was never no written rule book for
right.
us to follow on what life was supposed to be like,
Hmm.
okay? Because if it was, I highly doubt that
Yeah,
anybody in
that's
this world would be in some of the predicaments and positions they're in.
right,
So no, it's an expectation that we want and we see for ourselves
right.
because it's what we know, because we've seen it, it's what we're taught. All right, boom, you have to be married. Everyone gets married as they get older. That's what we've always heard growing up, or what a lot of people have seen. When in reality, no, a lot of people don't get married.
That's true. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the times too, marriage is not for everyone. Like it's just not something
Hmm.
that everyone can say like I'm ready for or that I want to commit myself to. But then the question I guess would then be like, do you then get into a relationship with someone if you don't want to be married? And that's like a rhetorical question, but I guess if you look biblically, like, getting into a relationship means you want something else to happen from it. But is that necessarily the case, or do we just think relationship marriage? I don't know. Like that's something that I don't know. I guess
Well,
people can
I
think
feel like
of.
that's something like, a lot of people will have a different outlook on that because
Right.
some people would agree and some people wouldn't. Um, because if we're speaking for our own selves, we could talk on that. But if we're speaking for like other people, there's
Right.
some people out here that is just okay with having a partnership. But then when you think about just having a partnership, what is marriage?
Right.
The
Exactly.
same thing,
Mhm.
So it's kind of like I don't know if I don't know how to word it. I don't know if it's like I don't know what I'm trying to get to right now. I'll say
It's just like a.
this.
It's not
Because it's kind
necessary.
of when you think about it, it kind of falls hand in hand either way.
Right.
So
Uh,
you can have marriage. Marriage is just is a solidified portion of a relationship where you're now conjoining forces together. But
right.
there's people that can join forces together without a ring and without the documentation. I think a lot of it is documents.
Yeah.
It's just like this is actually official, a solidified, file. Like,
Mm.
yeah, we're married.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what is a long term relationship without marriage? Without the word marriage. Let me say that.
And it has happened. I mean, you look at some
Because
people
you know how they say, like, all right, I've been living with this person for over what, 10 years.
as domestic partner.
We not met, correct.
Mhm.
We not married, but we've been in this relationship for X amount of time. And technically, that is illegal marriage
Technically,
when you
technically.
think about it,
Mm. Yeah.
But it's just, I believe it's just all about the documentations when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, I do believe like it's just the ceremony portion
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want a nice wedding?
Right. We all want a little
Who doesn't
cute
want that?
something to say, like, this is my man, this is my wife, and the whole bit. I definitely believe that too. But
Right, but if you with me for 10 years, baby, you my husband.
at this point, you ain't going nowhere. We locked in.
Okay,
We
that's
are
my husband.
in.
What you talking about?
I know. That's true too. So for the second part. healing while you're in a relationship. God says He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Can you fully heal? Well, that was Psalms 147:3. Anybody who wants to know, um, can you fully heal while still being in a relationship? And
Now, when we say fully healed, are we talking about from past relationships or just
I
like
don't
things in
think you can
general?
ever be fully healed though from anything. I think it's always. I think it's a matter of coping with it because you're gonna always have the trauma. Like you're always gonna have those moments of like
Mhm.
something reminding you of what happened in the past. It's
Mhm.
how you respond to it. Like I can say for myself alone, and T could tell you as well that I've had moments where my past thoughts or feelings would come back, and he's
Mhm.
like talking me through it. Like, okay, what happened? What are you feeling? What's going on? Speak to me. Talk to me. And then trying to explain to him why I feel the way that I feel when this happens or that happens, or if something was said, or whatever the case may have been. And then we
Mhm.
speak about it. It's like, it depends on how, I think you know how well you are, how you handle your past and how you handle your trauma, depending on your response to it when it does happen, because life is going to throw itself at you. The situations
Mhm.
are going to throw itself at you. But I don't think you
Mhm.
can ever be fully healed. I think you just know how to handle it.
I
That
agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. That is so true, Shell.
yeah,
That is
I
very
just
true.
it took me time
I
to
don't.
understand that, but I was just
Mhm.
like, it makes sense.
You grow, you get to know your triggers, you get to know your emotional set offs,
Right.
and you get to know what copes, like what helps you cope. If you get to know like what makes you feel good, what makes you angry, what like what to avoid,
Uh-huh.
that is avoidable. You know what I'm saying? So you know how to handle certain situations because to be honest, every relationship is going to bring you some type of trauma,
Yep. That is true.
you know? And it just depends on what kind of trauma,
Right.
you know. The person could be the best person in the world and may not cause you any strife, but here it is, y'all have, financial problems.
Right. Absolutely.
Problems is problems. It's like, but like you said, it's just really I feel like how you
How you
handle
handle
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's true. Oh Lord, why is all this everything is just not working today? Okay, here we go. Um girl, like it's just what is going on? Um what happens when I guess it's a good one. What happens when you bleed on someone who didn't cut you?
It's a lot of things. I mean, you can scare them away.
Yeah, you could definitely scare them away.
They could stay. Maybe
Hmm.
some stay because they're not afraid of a little challenge. Some
Right,
go because they don't got time for the challenge. Um, but you do wind up dampering and pouring bad soil into a clean pot,
right,
and it a lot of the times it can work out
right,
still. But a lot of the times, people just, I feel like the climate we're in, though, a lot of people just don't have the time to deal with the blood.
right,
They don't want to clean it up because at the end of the day, you should have came with your freaking cut heels.
right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to clean up nobody's cut. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Hmm.
That's just this portion. Like that's just where I'm at. I would have before the old me. I would have been very understanding to a lot of things, and
Right.
I also felt like sometimes that's where I fault myself for being too understanding.
Uh-huh. Same, same. Because I'm definitely
You can't
understanding.
be too understanding
Right,
because at the end of the day, a lot of the time people do know what they're doing, and a lot of times people don't. So I feel like it's also all about knowing your person, whoever the person is that you're dealing with.
right. No, I definitely believe that too. Feel like when you give out too many chances or try to be too understanding, people tend to walk over that and they use that
Mhm.
as your weakness when it's really just me being kind and me being understanding and me giving you the opportunity to change. But people all don't take that until the time is up. Until the time is up. Until the time is over where I no longer want you in my space. You depleted me. You made me feel like you made me question myself. So it's
Right.
like I don't think people who do it have a full understanding as to what they're doing when they do it. And then again,
Mhm.
sometimes they do. So who
Mhm.
knows? But should women and men pause dating until they're healed, or is heal a real time thing like with your partner? Which I guess is a kind of
I don't know. It depends on the person. It depends on. It's kind of piggyback off of that. Like some people will deal with it, some people won't. It just. I think it depends on if the person is willing, you know,
right,
to heal with you on your healing journey.
right. I would say that too. I feel like it takes a strong individual, a strong man and a strong woman to want to stick around and help in that healing because like you
Mhm.
said, not everybody wants to be a part of that. Not everybody wants to not everybody wants to be that hero to help someone
Mhm.
because it can end up being a lot. Like, you know what, hey, I love you and all, but I don't think this is going to work out because you have a lot of other things that you need to get over. And you
Mhm.
do end up bringing your baggage into a new relationship that didn't cause for it. Like you making somebody else take up for the pain that this other person did to you. But I feel
Right.
like if you can acknowledge that there's certain areas that I need to change, there's certain things I need to stop doing. I think that
Mhm.
becomes easier for your partner to say, okay, you're aware of it. Let me
Correct.
help you change it.
Right.
Because
Right.
I don't think you should just fully walk away. I think you should just talk them through it and let them know, like, listen, this is what you're doing. Because, like you said, some people know what they're doing, and then some people don't know what they're doing. Some people don't even realize they have all this trauma and how it's coming out. So, if you have
Mhm.
a partner who's going to tell you about yourself respectfully, like, you see this shit that you be doing, this is the
Mhm.
problem. This is why we always be arguing. And you have to be able to receive that.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
maybe I'm
Yep.
a little too aggressive. Maybe I speak a little hostile. Maybe I nitpick too much. Maybe I need to tone it down. If they're telling you that's the problem, if your past relationships have told you that's the problem,
Then maybe that is the
maybe that's
problem.
the problem. It's not just them talking
It's no
just to
in
talk.
between. It's
Right.
like you got to take a self check for a
Exactly.
second and, look deeper into what it is that you're dealing with that keeps
Exactly.
projecting out on everybody.
Right. Right. So for the third part, um, purpose is not optional. So do you believe God designed you with intention beyond a partnership? Because I guess it goes back to our first question when, asking, can you find your purpose over your partnership? But do you believe that a lot of women feel like they have a purpose on this earth besides being a mom, a wife, a caretaker? Like, girl, you were meant to be a doctor, you were meant to be a dentist, you were meant to be something else. Or you think people get blindsided by partnership too much that they forget God's true intention for them?
Well, yeah, yeah, yay and nay.
He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yay and nay. Let's talk about me for a minute.
All right. All right.
You know, God's purpose for me on this earth was to be a nurse.
Mm,
Okay. And I've derailed my train
okay.
too many times.
So did I. But go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take a step back for a second
Uh-huh.
and stop making it all about me.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to take a real deep look. And I was like, all right, God, What is it I'm supposed to be doing? Because failure after failure, it's not working.
Right.
So he spoke to me. You were supposed to be in school.
Right.
I hate school. I'm not even gonna hold you. I hated school.
You
That's
too,
why I was
though.
not ready to go back to college after graduating high school.
Girl.
I said, nope, this ain't it.
Uh-uh.
I don't want to deal with it. I'm
I want the
good.
parts. Mm-hmm.
Hated it. I want the money. Give me the money. Give me the fun life.
That's it. Yep.
That's all I wanted.
Mhm.
But that wasn't what was supposed to happen.
Right.
That was not supposed to happen. I lost, I not even lost sight. I ignored
Right.
God's plan on purpose.
Right.
That's what I did. So, I mean, long story short, I figured out my purpose here, and I'm working on that right now.
Right.
However, sometimes yes, women do get lost, and they forget what it is that God has them here to do,
Right.
and a lot of people get very caught up with being um, caretakers, givers, and pleasers, and just want to make sure that everybody else, I can't even just say the man, but everybody else is okay, rather than what it is they should be more focused on, which is their career.
Right.
And I mean, men and women, they both get lost.
Yeah. I think so too. I don't think it's just a one person or one type of men or woman. I don't think it's a one species, one thing. I don't think that. I feel like both, like you said, we sometimes get distracted. I think I seen this one meme where this lady said that if you want to make $1 million, if you want to become a millionaire or a billionaire, you have to put relationships to the side because men are a distraction and women are a distraction. And it's like when you
Hmm.
think about it, like, yeah, we're distractions to each other
Right.
unless you find somebody who is and can build with you on a different level and keeps you both focused. But then you're going to also have to understand that the intimacy and a lot of things that you normally see posted on social media and what you really want to do, like the hot dates
Hmm.
and the trips and all that other stuff, is going to have to take a back seat because of the purpose
Correct.
that y'all are going for.
Yes.
But um I do feel like we all have derailed ourselves to some extent because we
Hmm.
took too much time to focus on um a relationship. I agree with you 100%. Like, I knew, had I had listened, that was my biggest problem back then, was not fucking listening. I thought I knew everything. I think as all of us thought we knew everything, I would have been in a completely different type of situation. And God has told me multiple times, like, you needed to stay here where I'm at now because you needed to develop patience, you needed to develop character, you needed to develop
Hmm.
um because I was wondering, like, why the hell am I still here? Like, I'm applying to this, I'm applying to that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it was hard for me to find the intention behind everything because I'm like, God, I'm applying to everything now. Like, I'm trying to make it work. And
Right.
you just telling me no, giving me the no, giving me the no. And I'm just like, okay, so now what? And then it's just like you have to kind of understand that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out because he has it all figured out and designed for us. So we just have to be patient in it.
Right.
But
Hmm.
what else?
And I also think like it's not even just relationships. I feel like this also can piggyback and stem towards friendships as well.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely. Hmm. That
because
might
we
be my
do
next
find
question.
ourselves, very caught up with our friends, and it's like we want so much with them. It's like we also still forget the journey
Right,
and the path that we're on. Like we gotta also remember, like you can't give too much of something to one thing.
right, exactly.
We have to juggle. We gotta learn how to separate. We gotta learn how to equally yoke our responsibilities.
Right, right, exactly. And it also understanding too that a lot of the friendships that we had can't come with us in our new journey. Like there are people that
Absolutely.
we're gonna have to actually leave behind because they're not
Mhm.
bad people, not all of them, but
Mhm.
they just don't align with what God is trying to tell us to go and where He wants
Right.
us to go. So that's the other, I think, hard part. When you are going towards your purpose, you have to realize friendships are gonna come to an end.
Mhm.
Some you're gonna meet new friends. You're gonna meet friends who align with you, and that's kind of what you want. You don't want the people who's gonna
Mhm.
keep you in the back, but you got this big ass dream, and then the other friends are worrying about partying and drinking and all this other stuff that you just like.
Right.
Wait, bro,
Right.
I want to do this, like, and I have to focus.
Correct.
So also aligning, like you said, with the good
And God will make a
friends.
way to remove them if you can't
Oh,
do it yourself, because
absolutely.
we do be a little weak sometimes. We be trying to spare people's feelings. Like,
Yes,
damn, I don't want to do that.
exactly,
Like she do show up here, but she don't show up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we be trying to
exactly,
rationalize things, and it's like God be like, yeah, no, no, no. I'm not telling you no.
exactly,
You're not listening to
exactly,
me, no. And then here comes boom. You
exactly.
either falling out, something happened, somebody moved, somebody this, somebody that, and it's like, dang, he took it away because he
Right,
knew that wasn't his plan for you.
right.
They wasn't in the plan for you.
They've
And
heard
some
he heard
people have to
conversations that you didn't hear.
correct.
He heard
Exactly.
situations that you was not aware of. A lot of stuff.
And some people got to be comfortable with letting that go, though.
Yeah,
Some people just be trying to hold on because I think also people be lonely.
they do.
It's a lonely world we living in.
They
To
definitely
be
do.
honest with you, I don't care what it look like. It's a lonely world. This is why so many shallow souls.
Yep.
People just out here just wandering, and it's a little scary when you think about it, because it's like, well, who are you?
Right. Exactly. That's literally what
what
it
is
is.
your
Like,
what is your
what's your
purpose?
purpose? And a lot of people can't answer that. A lot of people can't answer that because they don't know. And it's okay that you don't know, but you have to be on the path to want to get to know. You can't keep wanting to do, you can't want to do the same shit over and over again. And then 3 years later, you're like, okay, so what's your purpose? And you still stuck
Hmm.
on, I don't know. Okay, so bro, what did you
Right.
do these last 3 years for real? Like, be for real. It's very true. Um,
Exactly.
what happens when you, I mean, I guess we kind of answered that one too, right? What happens when you abandon purpose for love? You lose you.
You
You
losing.
you forget what you were really here for.
Yep.
You focus on, and the thing is, it's not to say like I don't want to downplay anybody who feels like they are here to be moms or to be fathers or to be, housewives or what. I'm not downplaying any of that because for some women, that's really it. Like that's what they love to do. They love to be that type of nurturer. But I feel
Hmm.
like at some point you end up losing your wants out of life. Because isn't didn't what's her name say that? Aisha Curry. Didn't she say that she felt like she took a backseat?
Honestly, I don't really watch her. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I think she
And
said
that just could be
something.
I'm a little out of touch with everything.
I remember she had came because this is during the whole situation where she was talking about her and stuff, and like just some of the things I guess she was just getting off of her chest about how she felt. And I think she said, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, y'all could correct me. But I think she said something along the lines like she put everything to the back for this relationship, which a lot of women do. I think maybe a lot of women also in the NBA, the wags, a lot of them
Hmm.
do that because they have to be the one to take care of the house and the children while dad is shooting hoops, making all this money and traveling all over the world. So you do have to put your life
Correct.
to the back. But I feel like even women who, your husband decided that he wanted to be a doctor or he wanted to be an architect or he wanted to be a businessman and you had to put yourself in the back. I wonder if a lot of them
Hmm.
have regret for doing that
Or
because
what
they
about the
gave.
single moms or the single
Yeah,
fathers
that
who
too.
have to go full time,
Yeah,
with caring for kids? And, you put yourself to the back because now, boom, it's not all about you,
right, right.
you
No,
know?
that is true too. JoJo,
But that is a choice, though.
it is a choice. I do feel like it is a choice, but I do feel like to some extent, do you think that they have? Well, no, I guess yeah, they do. You're right. Yeah, I would say it's a choice too. Um,
Because we could have lived life. For me, I could have lived my life.
yeah.
I could have lived life. I chose to have a child because of the lack of, not even the lack of anything, because I was told I would never be able to have a kid. So,
Right.
when I got
So when it
pregnant,
happened, right.
that was like, I, boom, wow, it's
Right.
possible, so that was my keepsake.
Right, right, right.
But
No, I get it.
if I could go back in time,
If I can change,
I would have traveled just a little more.
if I can turn back time. Uh, Jojo, you was not acting like this just a minute ago.
He said, "Mommy, you talking about me?"
Yeah, we talking about you.
I ain't just talking about you. I'm talking about you and your brother.
All right, so
Nah, I'm
sickness.
joking. I'm joking.
I mean, listen, it's real. I mean, that's a real shit. You probably not the only single mother who has thought the same thing. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that there's other single mothers listening to this. Like, you know what? She's absolutely right. I wish I was the yeah. Please, girl. Anyway, singleness as preparation, not punishment. So in Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says there is a time for everything and a season for every activity. So what if this season isn't delayed but development? And what do you think is preparing you? Do you think it's preparing you for your partner, or you think you're preparing for yourself?
This season is preparing me for myself.
Period. I was gonna say that too.
This season is 100% preparing me for myself, and I'm
Yeah.
excited for it.
Yeah.
And I felt like once I get to that end of the season where I'm fully prepared
Yeah.
and I'm in place and I'm supposed to be where I should have been a long time ago,
Yeah.
then that next season will prepare me for my husband. I feel
Right.
like
Right. Right.
I gotta be 100% ready
Right.
in order to receive what it is that God has for me.
Right.
And when
Right.
I'm not ready, He's not going to give it to me.
Absolutely.
And right now isn't my
Absolutely.
season for that. So this is definitely my preparation season for moi.
Yeah. And I think too, when you get into seasons like this too, it's like it feels like God, when, like when are you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it? But like you said, you have to
Mhm.
come to the point where you're just like, you know what, maybe it's just not happening right now because there's something else that I need to be doing. And while
Mhm.
yes, we all yearn for that, we want the partner, we want everything. Cause all right, take me for example. Just take me
Mhm.
for example. I didn't even look for what I have right now. I didn't look for it. I literally was chilling. I was 3 years chilling after my breakup, minding my business. Did I go on dates? Yeah, I went on dates, but it's whatever. But nothing
Mhm.
serious. And then here he come on
Mhm.
timing. Like, I want to do this. We're doing that. We're doing this. We're doing that. I want to take you on a date. Be ready by this time, and let's go. And he's been that way ever since. But now,
Mhm.
him now being away, it's like, okay, Lord, you gave him to me. Now, why is he going somewhere else? Like, what are you doing
Mhm.
here? And maybe it was like, I see it as I gave you someone who's going to help you reset your nervous system, who's going to love you the way you need to be loved. But I also need you not to forget about you. I need you to also put yourself back into where it is you said you wanted to be, because this is where um this is what you've also said you wanted. You wanted to change your life. You wanted to switch switch your careers, or add something else to your resume, and
Mhm.
start a whole new business, whatever it is. But it's also me having to see it as, it wasn't a takeaway. It was just I'm developing you more,
Right.
because I need the both of you to be at, when you get to that point, I need the both of y'all to be at the same point together. So I took it as that, as far as like,
Mhm.
this is my season to for patience also. God knows I am very impatient. I think that's what it is. He knows like I am very impatient. Like he
Me
knows my
too.
timeline, and I'm just like, bro, I want to have a kid. Like I'm ready to have a child. I want to get married. Like what's going on? And he's like, yeah, no, not yet. No, I'm sorry,
Hmm.
not yet. So also understanding that part too. So the last part, two whole people, not one savior. It says also in Ecclesiastes 4:9, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. Are you expecting a partner to save you, complete you, or validate you? When the partner does come, when God says,
Nah, he gotta complete me.
yeah,
I don't need saving. I don't need nobody's validation. Never did, never will.
hmm,
However, taking, compliments and taking, you know, information when given is highly appreciated.
right,
Taking, all right, babe, listen, you slacking X, Y, and Z, da 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 da. Okay, help me get back on my A game then.
right,
It comes. I guess it all depends on how it's done. Because to be honest with you, some people do need saving.
yeah,
Nah, I don't want saving. Don't save me. I have to save myself.
right,
Can't
right,
nobody save you but yourself. That is just
exactly,
like that's out the window. So like when I hear people say stuff like that, it's just kind of like, ugh,
yeah,
where's your mind at?
yeah. I
Like,
don't
what are
think
you
anybody,
doing?
yeah, I
Or
don't
what
think
if they
anybody needs
don't,
to
what
save
if they
them,
don't like me? Or what if they think I'm this? Or what if they say this about that? Or what if they do? Why you need to be validated?
right, right. No, you're
That's what,
absolutely right.
so we go from saving to validation. Like, no, I need you to complete me.
Right. Exactly. Like you need to
Let's
calm my
talk.
nervous system. Like I need you to just
Yes.
be like, all right, this is rest. Like this is peace. This is calmness. This is what
No,
everybody's talking about. That I'm just like, yes,
we
this
need to be equally yoked.
exactly. That's the next thing I was gonna say.
And
That's the
that
thing I
is
was gonna say.
100% equally yoked because everybody is going to come with some shit.
Yeah, everybody is.
Everybody coming with some shit. But I got to do my footwork first,
Yeah, and I feel like we
in
all
order
have
to
to
be
have that.
ready and be prepared
Hmm.
because I just want completion. That's it. I want
Yeah.
completion. And I honestly think, like, on this journey right now, the
Uh-huh.
best thing is, like, I might not want a full relationship at this point,
Right.
but I felt like also dating is allowing me to do my pros and cons
Right.
of what it is I'm really looking for.
Right.
So when it does present itself, I'll know right off the rip, like, all right, I've experienced this, that, and the third. I remember I didn't want that. I remember I saw that and I wanted that. And
Exactly.
I remember that. And then when you see it all in that person, you be like, yeah, okay,
Exactly.
that was a preparation. This is like a preparation phase.
Right. Right. No, exactly.
So
That's
you
what it
getting to
is.
know, what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think it's a good journey.
Yeah.
Some people can't do it, but it's a very good journey, and some people should do it because it really helps you out later on in life.
Right.
Because a lot of people just be jumping in relationships. Oh, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. Why? Because they look good.
Right.
Why? Because they got a job? What does that mean?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody can look good. Anybody can have a job, but what's the completion? You know what I mean? Like, how do they actually complete you?
Right.
Where do you guys tie together? That you could be like, yeah, this is my person.
Right. Right. No, you're right. And then that's the thing too. Everybody wants to run to money, and everybody wants to run to, oh, what can he do for me financially? And I need to be taken care
Hmm.
of like this and like that. And it's just like,
Oh, she got a house. Yeah, I'm gonna go
yeah,
stack up
like,
over there. And it's like, y'all,
do you
y'all worrying about the
know?
wrong thing.
Right. Like,
You don't know people till you live with them.
hello,
You
hello. You find out certain things like, oh, you do that. Oh, I don't like that. Like that is not okay. I mean, whatever.
Hey,
But no,
girl,
it's
you be
true.
like, why your shoes over there? Move your shoes.
I don't
Don't
like
leave
when
them
you leave.
there.
I'm like, yes. I don't like when you do that. Why are you doing this? y'all really be going at it with each other. Like you really don't know.
And
Like
then here comes the unnecessary problems. But it's
right,
like, when you take the time to get to know a person, you see what it is. Like, all right, he gonna do this. This shit gonna get on my motherfucking nerves.
right,
But is it withstandable? Is it something
right,
I could deal with on a
right.
regular basis? And you got to
Exactly.
know these things really before you get deep into it with people. Because
Exactly.
if not, you're literally picking off the peels of an onion as you go,
Yep.
and by every peel, you're like, "Oh hell no,
Exactly.
hell nah,
Exactly.
absolutely not. This ain't
Exactly.
it."
You ain't never lie. I swear you ain't never lie. Cause that really be it for real. Like you really be looking at them different. Like, bro, this is it. Like this is what I signed up for. And
Right? Or or they expectations, not even the expectations. They delivery could be weak.
yes,
You think like,
yes,
oh, he looked like he got it together, or she looked like she got it together. You get with them, and then boom, it's like,
complete
this is
disaster.
this is it. This is
Right.
it.
Oh, this was a
So
show. You did this just for the gram. You did this just for the little
for the
bit. For
aesthetics,
the
okay?
aesthetics, right? You did this just to make me to reel me in, okay? When you really have
Also,
to
what you
get
try?
to
Also,
know
you don't
them,
cook.
right? So what was that? You took out takeout and then you just put it on a plate. That's what you did,
Oh, you don't wash your ass. It's
right?
crazy.
Right. And everything is so much deeper, and people don't see that because everybody is so damn superficial with all of the shit that we got going on, everything that's at our hands. Everything people just show you what they want to show you. It's not until you get
Hmm.
in there and you just like 3 months in and you're just like, oh, this is it. Like, oh, I don't know about this, but you absolutely right. And then the last question is, what are you hoping for when it comes to God showing you your purpose? Like, what is your something that you put in your prayer that you hope God shows you? Like, if I'm not going the right way, like that's one thing I
Um,
put in mind. Like, if I'm not going the right way,
I
God show
always
me.
pray for divine alignment and discernment, and I always ask God to just stand by me with every decision I'm making, because I need to know and I need to make sure, like, every step I take into, my journey
Right.
is the correct steps. Because I'm not going to say I'm old,
Uh huh.
but I'm up there in age, and
Right.
30 or 36 is like, we're not receding,
Right.
we're going forward. So
Right.
everything has to make sense. Everything has to align for me at this point in my life. Like, I need to keep going.
Right.
I can't go backwards. I can't take no more losses. Done that, been there. I don't want to do it again. So I need to make sure strategically I am doing everything that God wants me to do.
Right.
So I don't flake,
Right.
fail, mess up, whatever it is,
Right.
that you want to call it. I don't backpedal. I don't have time to backpedal,
Right.
and I do pray all the time that, every door he has ready for me that's open, that's getting ready to open,
Uh huh.
he just continuously continue to hold my hand and walk me through them. No
Absolutely.
headaches, no worries, no stress, no lumps, no bumps. And clearly right now I have some lumps and bumps, but
Right. All right. We
it's
all do.
all good.
Uh huh.
It's all good, and I think a lot of it, the test comes from your face. It comes from your behavior, your reaction, and how you handle the situation. So it's all a test.
Right. Right. No, I definitely believe that too. I've said that multiple times. I've said that to you. I've said that to Amanda. I've said that to Nelly. I've said that to so many people that have asked me, or we've had conversations about it.
Hmm.
It's all a test. It's literally all a test. It's God trying to see, are you ready for what it is you've been praying for, or are you not ready? And if
Hmm.
you're not ready, God is going to show you that you're not ready because He's going to
Correct.
delay it somehow, some way. Like you could pray for that career, you could pray for that partner, you could pray for that house, you could pray for whatever it is, and for some reason it's not going to happen because it's not your time. There's something else you need to fix. There's something else you need to be stronger at. There's something else that you need to um some other characteristic of you that you have to now um he can't give you the new version of anything with the old version of you. It's
Yeah.
not gonna. It's not gonna mesh. It's not gonna make sense. So
Mhm.
if you still are, and even if you are healed, like let's say like you're healed or you've let go of a lot of things that have happened, if you're still very bitter, if you're still very angry, if you're still very like always talking negative, if you always like, you're still not ready. He's still not gonna give it to you. He's still gonna sit here and be
Mhm.
like, you know what? You say that you are. You talk to me about how you are. I hear you crying. I see how angry you are. I see all these
Mhm.
things, but you want this version. You want this new thing that I have for you, but you're not ready for it as much as you think you're
Mhm.
ready for it. So I
Mhm.
think for me, I've recently, within like the last year, just told God, like, whatever my purpose is, please just speak it loud to me. Let me see it. Let me hear it. Let me keep it. Let me keep it deep inside of me. Like, you know, whenever you feel like so excited to do something, it like that feeling just won't go away. And
Mhm.
doing what you know that I'm doing now, it's like, yeah, this is like, and mind you, I don't like starting things all over again, but it's like
Yeah.
at this point, if I want what I want, I need to. You have to do it.
You got to.
It's like you gotta
Because
swap your.
now at this point, you're gonna only let yourself down if you don't.
You're right.
You gotta
Exactly.
get to it.
Because you're
You
gonna
gotta
be
do
here
it.
again and you're gonna start, damn, I wish I would have did this at this age. Damn, I wish I would have done that.
Mhm.
And the thing is, ladies, especially for my ladies in their 30s, y'all are still young. Please stop letting these little corny ass YNs tell y'all that y'all are old, that y'all are all washed up. Please, they will be lucky to even make it to our age with the knees that we got, because we still got good knees. Because I don't want to hear nothing.
Facts.
They are
Facts.
boring,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna say they washed up, but they boring and
Most of
just
them are
don't.
very much so washed
Oh,
up, and not
Jesus.
mentally, or not physically, but mentally. Like a lot of them are very much so washed up. They're not there. You know, they don't really have like no stability, and it's like, who are you to talk?
Yeah. Like a lot
You
of you
know.
don't have you guys really didn't grow up the way that we grew up. Like you guys have technology at your
Mhm.
hand. We didn't do that. We went outside. We played with the fire hydrant in the
Facts.
summertime. We was doing shit
We
and
was
not
in the dirt,
connected. Right.
okay?
We was in the grass, we was in the park, we was doing stuff. Now it's just like
We rolling down hills and shit,
exactly.
talking about we
We was
we
actually
playing
doing
manhunt
things.
at
So
night
it's
in
like
the dark. Like
having
we
us
was
to
doing stuff.
transition. Yeah.
Yes.
This hard transition between technology and then like the advanced technology and then the technology that we had and how like dependable
Mhm.
people are on it now, it's so different. And people sometimes put their purpose into social media, into streaming, into all of these things, and it's like
Mhm.
you see clearly how some of these streamers are damn near crashing out because it's like
Mhm.
they have to keep this up constantly and deal with the
Mhm.
constant, negativity and the
Because now people are watching,
exactly. You have
and
everybody
it's
in your
they're
space.
feeding off
Right.
of them.
Right.
And you
Exactly.
gotta be able to feed. If
Right.
you going, you gonna put the platform on the table. You gotta be able
You
to
gotta
feed
feed it.
everybody,
Yep. But if God
and it
blocks it,
takes a
don't try
lot.
to mess it. Yeah. But if God blocks it, don't try to keep going for it. Let it be. Let this sucker settle. Don't keep trying to get to something that God has told you multiple times it's not for you. Stop it. Because if you get
And
yourself into some
for the
situation,
YNs,
the
that aren't like that, but really are trying to make a purpose in this life.
right.
I commend them because it's hard being a black man in
That's
America, and
true.
that is
Yes.
the 100% truth. And I also do feel sometimes behind a lot of the behaviors, it's because they don't have strong black women that's able to put their ass in check. Whether it be a girlfriend, whether it be a wife, whether it be a baby mama, whether it be their mama, auntie, grandma, whomever, that's telling them like, yo, you fucking up. Don't do that shit. Don't do that,
Right.
because what's going to
Right.
happen is you only digging yourself a hole. A lot of people don't have structure in their family, and that's a lot of families
Right.
that I've witnessed for myself. A lot of people don't have structure, so they don't know
Right.
how to go about it. They only go about it for what they see. You can see it on social media. You may see it in the streets of someone else's home, or people you might know. And to them, that's normal,
Right.
but who are we to say that it's not normal?
Exactly.
But I
Exactly.
also felt like holding people accountable, help that brother out. We
Right.
need more older black men to show these younger black men
Yep.
how to be a man.
Right.
Because a lot of times they don't really know. They just going about life.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't figure it out till later.
Yeah.
But
That
why
is
not
true.
show them now while they're young so
Right.
they can get that foundation and they can start the building blocks, to a successful life. We need it. We need more of it. And I feel like that it'll be more stable relationships with people.
Yep.
It'll be better communications with people. We have a terrible, 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 terrible community that does not know how to communicate properly.
Nope. We don't. We do not
And
know
then
how
on
to
top of
do
that, we don't like supporting each other.
competition with each other. That's the
Everything
problem.
is, I need that because they got that.
Right.
Like, bro, you
Start
serious?
start doing things to create generational wealth. Start doing things that's going to help your children in the long run, because at the end of the
Correct.
day, y'all buying all of these things for who? For who? These people
Why do
do
you
not
need
like
a
you.
$400 pair of sneakers
These people
when you
don't
know
like you.
when you got a car note?
You flossing for people who don't give a damn about you.
Did you put that money towards a house?
Right.
You stacking up because you want to actually have some type of, decent and stable, savings
Right.
for when that time comes? Or we just living in the moment? Nobody's living in the future of the fact,
Right.
especially people with kids. It's so important that we understand that they're the ones who are gonna suffer
Right.
from everything that's going on in this world. So our duties is to make sure that they have stability as
Exactly.
they get older. If you got a house, a family house, that's prized possession these days.
No, it
If
is.
you got it, take care of it.
Yep.
Pass it down. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, we really need generational wealth, and we try to figure out how the Jewish people do it. We try to figure out how, you know, white people do it, how Spanish people do it, and they showing us firsthand, especially the Spanish people. No shade to anybody that's Hispanic in any kind of form, but they came from nothing,
Right.
and they took advantage of where they came to make
Right.
a better life. So, people like that, oh, they taking up all the jobs. Oh, they giving them all of this and they giving them all of that. No, it's not even about the fact that they're giving them all of this. Their mindset was 100% nothing like ours once they touch foot
Exactly.
over here. They want better. They was going to make sure they gave their family better.
Right.
And that's exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
And they're working together. The
Exactly.
problem, we don't work together. If we work together, I guarantee you it would not be as hard as it is on everybody in
You're
the black
absolutely right.
community,
You are
you
absolutely
know?
right. Uh-huh.
But once again, where's the structure?
Where's none?
Where's the people to show? We don't have it. And our grandparents, they long and gone.
Right.
Well, some of ours are long and
Most of
gone,
them. Yeah.
And the ones who do have stuff, it's kind of like, all right, they tucked away in some Hasidic ass neighborhoods.
Right.
And that's cool, but we have to start making sure that we're helping each other out. I really think that is so important. And it don't have to always be financially. It can be mentally.
Right.
It can be the slightest thing like, yo, sis, you know what? I think I'm about to go do X, Y, and Z. Matter of fact, let's take you for an example, babe. I'm about to do a podcast. All right, sis, boom. What we got to do? Share your podcast.
Right.
Share it with other people. Put the platform on someone else's page. Send it to somebody else. And then that's how you start like, oh, you watch her? You watch her?
Exactly.
Oh, yo, she be having some ill ass content on there. Word. Boom. Now here it is. You building your audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
And now you're feeding to the community. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just always about having it financially. We can help each other out in many different ways.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
you gotta want to,
Some
you
choose
gotta
to
want to
fight.
help.
We choose to fight each other over it, which is sad. But you know what? One day I hope it being Black History Month, I hope we do get past that. And I hope we do find a way to understand that there's more to this than all the flashy shit that we got.
Hmm.
So,
That's a fact.
yeah. But thanks, girl, for coming on.
You are so welcome, Booski.